What's up guys, it's Jason here with Nerd Lair Side Hustles. This video is all about eBay. Is it worth it? The pros, the cons. Should you get started? Stay tuned, we're jumping right into this. Just as a disclaimer, I am not a full-time reseller on eBay. I've been doing this casually as a hobby to fuel my video game collection since probably 2007. This never replaced my W-2 income, so if you're looking for advice on how to replace your job with an eBay account, this isn't the right video for you. Jumping into the pros here, eBay has a massive user base. This is a very reputable company. It isn't a new startup. It isn't a clone of something else. eBay's been around for decades, and because of that, people do trust it. People do use it frequently. Anything and everything can be sold on eBay. It all has value. It's just a matter of how much and is it worth it to actually ship it. I've sold it all from nail polish to power tools and everything in between. Even bizarre stuff that you think has no value, such as used bathing suits. I've sold my wife's hair. All kinds of crazy stuff, guys. On to the cons. eBay is publicly traded, so it's always trying to make more money for its investors. There's no problem with that, but what sometimes happens is things you used to get for free on the platform, they're now charging you for. For example, if you list a new PS5 on eBay, it would be right there with everyone else's listings, and as long as somebody was searching for that with the keywords you have in the title, they would see it. But what's happening now is they want you to pay to promote that listing to get more views and have it higher in the search results. They're really pushing this pay-to-play culture, and it kind of gets discouraging because it feels like, okay, I'm going to list my PS5, but it's going to get less views, less attention than somebody else who's willing to pay $40 to promote it and have theirs sold in a half hour. Another con is that buyers have little or no penalties for failing to pay for a winning auction. Back to the PS5, if I list it on a 7-day auction, it gets a ton of attention. That last hour, it's getting bids every couple minutes and it goes up to say $800. I'm excited I just made this awesome sale. Profit's in my pocket. I'll remind the buyer to pay. And he says, my son took my phone. I actually don't want this product. I'm not going to pay for it. That's the lie they make up, but really what's happening is they got really excited about it, bid a bunch of times, and then they realize they've overpaid, they don't want it. So you'll open a case, eBay will allow them to not pay. They're supposed to get penalized, but that doesn't really change the situation for me as a seller who then has to go relist it, wait another 7 days, or another option is to sell it to the second highest bidder, which may be substantially lower. It just seems that there's no penalties for people that are abusing the system like this. Another way they're manipulating the system is they'll receive the item they purchased and then determine they don't want it for whatever reason. And if you don't offer returns for items, which I never do, they'll open what's called an item not as described case with eBay. And eBay nearly always decides for favor of the buyer and then just forces you to do the return, which I don't understand why that is. If I'm not offering returns, I shouldn't be forced into taking a return because eBay says so. eBay encourages you to offer extremely low prices for things that have decent value. They'll constantly send out alerts and reminders saying, hey, you'd get more attention if this was $2 cheaper. They really want you to drive the price to zero. I'm not sure why that benefits them. I would assume they just want more people on the platform thinking they can find better deals on eBay. But I don't find it helpful when they're sending me constant alerts saying lower prices on everything you have. Since eBay does have a large user base, the competition is always there. For example, if I want to sell this NECA Ninja Turtles Leonardo action figure, I would never be the only person with this figure. There would be 5 other people with it, and if I wanted to sell fast, I have to be the lowest priced or have a better description or better photos. So the large user base is a pro and a con. Let's talk about sourcing. This isn't anything specific to eBay. Of course, if you want to sell either full-time or part-time on eBay, you're going to need a way to get items. Of course, you can always sell your personal collection, things from your house, your closet, things you just want to get rid of, but eventually you would run out of things, and if you want to make money consistently, you need a way to source. I'll only discuss the ways that I have personal experience with, but there are many. There's retail arbitrage, garage sales, and thrift stores. Retail arbitrage is probably the worst because it's nationwide. If a video game is listed at Target, you get a special alert on your phone. Let's say, for example, The Evil Within listed for $5 and it sells for $24.99 plus shipping on eBay. You would rush out to Target, hope to find it. You'll see 5 other people walking around with their phones out looking for it. If you are able to grab 10, you'll rush home, go to list it. You'll see that it's already $1 cheaper because every other Target in the country had the same deal. People had the same idea as you. The next day it's $19, the next day it's $17, then $13 and $9. Before you know it, you're making 50 cents on each one of these video games. There's just a ton of competition in this space. Now, if you get lucky and you can find a whole pallet at Target, then by all means, continue to do that. But chances are you're only going to make a couple dollars on each item. There's similar frustrations that exist with garage sales. Some people do this for a hobby and you can casually pick up an item here or there. That's perfectly fine, but if you're looking at garage sales specifically for things to resell, there's a good chance it's going to be a huge waste of time. Don't mean to discourage you, but there's a chance you go out on a Saturday, you're out for half a day, you go to 8 different garage sales, you come back and you have one thing to list on eBay, and you don't really factor in that time that you just spent looking to source items. Thrift stores have been my best bet, especially when I was a college student. There was a Goodwill literally right across the street from my campus. I was able to pop in quickly 5 or 6, maybe 7 times a week, do the whole store in 15 minutes, and leave with several things to resell. If you're close to a thrift store or you're passing 3 stores up on the way to work, you could be set up for success to really go in, find different items. Now, if your only thrift store is 45 minutes away, this may not work out for you. So is it worth it? For me, I would say yes, absolutely. It was always nice having that other stream of income, another side hustle to do while I'm out and about with my other side hustles. To see more about those, look elsewhere on my channel, subscribe for more in the future, hit that thumbs up button on the way out. I'll see you next time. Bye.